Shalom, shalom. Real quick, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops, and teachers of Great Millstone who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, as well as those of the elect who are going to be coming underneath that speckled bird of Jeremiah 12 and 9. Because we were scattered, the nation of Israel was scattered amongst the other 17 heathen nations. So some of the elect will not come with that traditional so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American look. Some of them will look like so-called white people, so-called Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiians, Arabs, Africans, all right, East Indians. And real quick, this is just, oh yeah, like Elder Malcolm says from the GMS Chicago camp, this is not a black only thing. As Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, beginning with the top banking families, likes to control the narrative. So by calling us BHIs, Black Hebrew Israelites, he can keep that the ingredients or that frequency alive of civil war, based upon skin tone, which is carnal. The weapons of our warfare are spiritual. All right. But this is just a quick video of I saw this on World Star earlier this morning about how DJT Taco Nero 47 was talking about how he doesn't care if the American people are struggling with their finances. All right. So this is going to be a quick video from the brother Arrows of Indignation. I don't know him personally, but he does great videos. And I'm going to read to you from the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter. This is symbolic, talking about Egypt and being put into the hands of a cruel Lord. Now, this place, America, is spiritually Egypt. Because if you look on the back of a dollar bill, you'll see a pyramid with an all-seeing eye. That goes back to the ancient Egyptian times of Moses. As well as you got places here. Let me find it real quick. You have places here, and Esau Edom knows that this place is spiritually Egypt amongst many other things. Because examples are they have places here in America called Egypt. You have a Egypt, Arkansas. You have a Egypt, Pennsylvania. And you have a Egypt, Texas, which also ties into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the 68th verse. I'll grab that real quick and let the scriptures do the talking. And it reads, and the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, will bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now that's talking about the transatlantic slave trade that happened a little over 400 years ago, 4,500 years ago. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. All right. And that's, Deuteronomy 28th chapter shows from verses 1 to 14 what would happen if we followed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. And then from verse 15 to 68 shows what would happen to us if we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the phase that we are into this very day. But going back to the cruel Lord, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verses 3 and 4. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy it, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. So that's happening now. It's falling in the midst of the world in terms of like the petrodollar is losing value and losing steam. Reading on, it says, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So that's people going to like tarot card readers, astrologers and soothsayers, people who claim that they can read spirits. All right. The key point is here. Verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts. Now, DJT is that cruel Lord that has no problem carrying out the objective of the elite banking families of his people, the Edomites. All right. So, this is a video of a woman, responding to that statement that DJ Trump made about him not caring about the American people and their financial situation, because for whatever reason he doesn't. He's more concerned about, the attempted colonization of Iran over there. But in the meantime and in between time, what we can do is, even though, this is frustrating, this ain't nothing new to us, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's frustrating. We just need to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Meaning, play by the rules. Matthews. So, we still need to, until the Lord takes this man out, we need to just, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right. Meaning play by the rules. We need to pay our bills. We can afford them, pay our rent, pay our insurance. This is Matthew chapter 22, verses 21. They say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith, let me read up. Oh, no, okay. Matthew 22 and 21. Then they say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things which are God's. All right. So that, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, meaning like, if you got rents due, you got bills that need to be paid, pay them. Play by the rules. Don't be out here, trying to undercut people or, take shortcuts, in a illegal sense that would get you into trouble. I'm speaking first and foremost for myself. I mean, I'm in this flesh, so I have to try to do my best, as well as what I just read. Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. Meantime, in between time, even though this dude's an asshole, and we're in our captivity, we still need to play by their rules. All right. And in time, as time has shown, the Lord is going to keep exposing this dude for the asshole that he is, the Edomites, for the assholes that they are, and that we are literally in this day, in our captivity. So with this video right here, I just want to say fair use, fair use, fair use underneath the Copyright Act of 1976. It's about a 5-minute video.
I don't think about Americans' financial situation.
Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situation motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
And that's the same talk that BB Milkowski, or BB Netanyahu, has been saying for the last 40 years about Iran too, and the people over there in the Levant, in that same area where, oh yeah, they got weapons of mass destruction, we can't let that happen. But really, he's taking on the same, Trump here is taking on the same attitude as BB, because the Epstein miles, if you know what I mean. So in order to avoid persecution and to be charged for his crimes, he has to go to war. And if he goes to war, everything is essentially put on hold. All right, that includes bringing him up on those charges with the Epstein files. And I can't remember if it was Caroline Lovett or Pam Bondi that said when the Epstein files first came out, it was like, well, if we arrested people, the whole system would collapse. And a part of that system that would collapse would be this guy right here on the screen, Orange Boy. So hence why this guy's taking on these actions that are pretty much identical to BB Milkowski.
So that's the only thing that matters.
We have some stunning news right now. Donald Trump just admitted that he does not care about the financial situation of any American when dealing with Iran. This is a clip that's going to be played in ads.
And this also represents, this is an example of Isaiah 19 and 4, which I just read, which is, and I will give the Egyptians over into the hand of a cruel Lord. All right. Did I read that? I'm not sure I read that. I'll read it again. He has the first term he had, he was a little bit more for the people, or less controlled. But now in this term, ever since he got inaugurated, he's been on go for the elites. All right. Yeah, I read Isaiah 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. So, and he also down there, one of his little golf courses down in Florida, put a big statue up of himself. I put that on the post section of my channel. I believe it was yesterday or day before yesterday. So this dude, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar on down, has been identified as that cruel Lord. Could, and like Elder Apostle Tahar said, he could be Herod, because reincarnation is real, but he's shaping out to be the cruel Lord. And if he's not the cruel Lord, I hate to see who would be.
Clip that's going to be played in ads across the country. So share it. Trump was asked point blank today, what extent are Americans' financial situation motivating you to make a deal with Iran? He said, quote, "Not even a little bit. I don't think about Americans' financial situation." That's a direct quote from the president as he was leaving on his trip to meet President Xi in China. He went on to say that all he cares about is Iran not getting a nuclear weapon. But right now, Americans are struggling, can't afford gas. Gas is over $5, $6 a gallon in some states. Americans can't afford to eat. Americans can't afford to pay rent. He doesn't care about the American financial situation at all, not even a little bit. This is a video that's going to be played in ads across the country heading into the midterms. I mean, it's pretty stunning to say the least.
Y'all voted for him because you could not afford eggs, and this man just sat up there before getting on a plane to China and told y'all that he does not think about the economic situation of Americans. That means you. That means those of you that said y'all voted for him because you couldn't afford shit. He just told y'all in big, bold motherfucking letters like he always do. He don't think about you. He don't think about anyone.
Are negotiating with Iran, Mr. President? To what extent are American financial situations motivating you to make?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anyone. I think about one thing. Do not let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
So at what point can we stop pretending that y'all voted for this?
See, so, this is looking bad. And that's why the scriptures say, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Even though that, it makes me mad because, it affects me. It affects us all. But we need to be spiritual about things and pray to the Lord that he have us operate underneath his spiritual guidance and not be ready to crash out like these people here that are making just countless videos as of late on YouTube, about the struggles in different ways. All right. Men, women, and kids, too.
Because he was going to make the economy better. When can we stop pretending that y'all voted for this man because he's a great businessman despite his multiple failed businesses and bankruptcies?
What do you make of Donald Trump saying that he doesn't think about the Americans' financial situation?
I mean, is anybody surprised? I've been saying all along that Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about the regular people in this country. I'll tell you what he does care about. He cares about his ballroom. Oh, well, by the way, the American people are spending $1 billion of their taxpayer dollars to fund it. He cares about his golf course. He cares about his reflecting pool. He cares about his arches. He cares about...
Yeah, and that golf course he's got down there in Florida, that's where they just erected a giant statue of him about a week or two ago. You can Google it. Yeah, it's like in gold or whatever. Yeah, he's a cruel lord, man. He's behaving like the cruel lord. Nero. Elder Apostle Tahar talks about him, sporadically, but he was doing it heavy back in, well, at least from what I saw, last year too. When Trump first got inaugurated for a second term, he was just firing off, being that douche, And the name of Elder Apostle Tahar's YouTube channel is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? And if you go back to January 2025 and beyond, you'll see him have videos of Nero. All right.
Things that somehow benefit Donald Trump, but he does not give a damn about the American people. This is no surprise to any of us who have been watching him for the last several months. But he finally said the quiet part out loud.
Congressman, what do you make of Donald Trump saying today that he doesn't think about Americans' financial situation? He said in a press conference on the White House lawn today.
I mean, I'm sure he's very focused on his own financial situation and how he's going to enrich himself off of all of these.
Yeah, my phone's acting up, but you get the point. Satan's just fucking with my internet all day, but yeah, you get the point, man. We're in the Egyptians, which are the modern day Americans, have been put into the hands of the cruel Lord. I just showed you that they have places here in America named, let's see here. Here are some of the places here in America, because Esau Edom know that they're the Edomites, all right? The elites do. And as more and more time goes on, the common Edomites going to realize that too. They have places here called Egypt, Arkansas, Egypt, Pennsylvania, Egypt, Texas, all right? They also know that they're Sodom because they have places here in America named Sodom, New York, Sodom, Connecticut, Sodom, Kentucky, for example. They know that... let's see, another place that they know spiritually, they're like Canaan, because they have places here called Canaan, Connecticut, Canaan, New York, Canaan, Maine, Canaan, New Hampshire, Canaan, Indiana. And that goes back to, you can read examples of that back in Zechariah, the 14th chapter and the 21st verse, as well as Genesis 9 and 25. They know that an ancient city in the land of Edom, where the Edomites used to dwell back in the ancient world, was Bozrah, Bozrah. And here in America, they have a place called Bozrah, Connecticut. Now, examples of Bozrah mentioned in the scriptures is Amos 1 and 12, as well as Isaiah 63 and 1. List goes on. They know that they're modern day Babylon, pursuant to Isaiah 13 and 19. Places here in America named Babylon. You have a town in Babylon, New York. You have Babylon Village in New York. You have North and West Babylon in New York. You have Babylon, Illinois, Babylon, Texas. And then another word that was mentioned in Isaiah 13 and 19 was Gomorrah, as in Sodom and Gomorrah. Now they have a Gomorrah here in Massachusetts. You see there? So the elites, they know, and they're carrying on and collaging themselves up with ancient witchcraft practices and deity worship back from the ancient world. And then they segue it here into this new world, which today is the modern day Rome 2.0. And what proves that is, that they are the beast that was wounded but did live, that spoke about in Revelation chapter 13, verses 3 and 4. Here in America, you have places called Rome, Georgia, Rome, New York, Rome, Illinois, Rome, Wisconsin, Rome, Pennsylvania, Rome, Maine. All right. So back during the Tower of Babel, when the king of Babel was trying to erect the Tower of Babel, it was thrown down. And today they're trying to erect the Tower of Babel 2.0, or a new revised version of it via technology and with the micro C-HIP, led by Esau Edom, pursuant to trying to fulfill Revelation chapter 13, 16, 17, and 18. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16, 17, and 18. Now here today, and you can read about the story of Nimrod trying to erect the Tower of Babel back in the ancient world, pursuant, do I have the scripture on that one? Because here in America, they have places called Nimrod, Minnesota, Nimrod, Arkansas, Nimrod, Texas, Nimrod, Montana, and Nimrod, Oregon. I mean, I can't make this up. The Spirit led me to this. There's no way I can make this up. All right. And now also back in Lamentation 4 and 21, where it's talking about Edom that dwelleth in the land of Uz. Now Uz is spelled U-Z, right? Which is another city in the ancient land, or in the land of Edom, when the Edomites dwelt there. Well, here today in Texas, they have a place called Uz, Texas. They also have a place called Uz, Kentucky. All right. And if you want to learn more about the land of Uz, you can go to Jeremiah 25 and 20, where it talks about the kings of Uz, and they were Edomites. All right. So Esau Edom knows, man. So we need to, like Elder Apostle Ricard always says, we need to stay prayed up. Lord willing, we do. And here's a great way to do it. It's the Lord's Prayer right here, which Elder Yashawama pointed out in the video that he did last year. The name of his channel is Remnant Save 144. That the Lord's Prayer is a full spectrum prayer. Now you see, we read from right to left. All right. So the way it's described in Matthew's, the 6th chapter, because that's where the Lord's Prayer is, verses 9 through 13. But above it, it talks about how you go into your private closet, which is literal, but also you need to face the east when you're in your closet. And then, you say Barakatha Yahweh. I learned this from the Elder Connecticut Bishop, whose YouTube channel is Jacob Barak 2. Every time he starts his videos, he does the same thing where he says Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. And he'll say that 4 times. And that means, blessings to Yahweh. That's the name of the Heavenly Father. And then blessings to Yahweh Shai, who the world fraudulently calls JC. Blessings to him too. His name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. If you look right here, this word Hawashai, Nawa. Now, N-A-W-A, Nawa means us. So if you cover up the Nawa, you're left with Hawashai. And if you put the Y-A, the Yahweh before that, that means he's the deliverer. All right. So you say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai 4 times, and then on the 5th time, you say Call Halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakak Wadash. And what that means is call. I know that's pretty lengthy, it's winded, but the call, you see right here, is K-A-L, means all right? So all, and then call Halal, Halal means praises, all right? So all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham in the name, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham in the name, Rakah, which means spirit, and then Quadash, which means holy, all right? So you'll say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai 4 times. On the 5th time, you say Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Quadash. And then what I'll do is I'll read the 2 bottom lines of each column. So the top line is how you spell in ancient Paleo Hebrew. The second column is how you pronounce it. And the third line is, or second line, and then the third line is how you, what it means in English. So I will say Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, which in heaven, Quadash holy, Hayabi, Shemka your name, Yahweh most high, Malik Wathka your kingdom, Thaba Akam, Ratazaka your will, Hayabi, Ishadan, Ba'arataza in earth, Kawa as, Hayabi, Bashamayim in heaven, Lathin Lanawa, give us, Lacha'am bread, call Yawam all day, Wasaluk Lanawa, forgive us, Cha'awab with Nawa, our debts, Kasaluk Nawa, as we forgive, Cha'awab with Yanawa, our debtors, Wala'ah and not, Thabiya Anawa, lead us, Banasiyawan in temptation, Abal but, Hawashinawa, deliver us, Mayan from, Rai evil, Kaya for, Lakatayu, Hamalek with the kingdom, Waha Allah in the power, Wahath Apa'arath in the glory, Lo Alumyum forever, Aman, Aman. So that's how we pray. And we're coming into this, we're in Jacob's trouble right now, pursuing to Jeremiah 30 and 7. But the elect of the nation of Israel, which is the 1/3, will be saved in these trying times. They will get a spiritual heavenly navigation through these tumultuous times of the transition of power from Esau to Jacob, pursuant to 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 9, which states, for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So yeah, with that, I want to also give out the YouTube pages to my four elder apostles of GMS, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar. His GMS channel is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth. Elder Apostle Gabar's channel is Daily Edification 4. Elder Apostle Orion Lob's channel is GMS Info Channel 12. But when you go to his channel, you want to go to the live section of his channel, because that's how the Lord has him firing off his videos on a daily basis. And that same concept applies to, last but not least, Elder Apostle Ricard, whose channel is GMS Keep Pushing On. You want to go to the live section of his channel, because that's how the Lord has him firing off videos. And the name of my channel is the MOTB is here too. So, Lord permitting, whenever he wants me to, I do videos and post on my page too. So Lord willing, I hope this was edifying, inspiring, and enlightening to you, as it is always to me, because the Spirit guides us. Remember Daniel 4:17, the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. And you can also Google, does not the potter have power over the clay? We're the clay, the Most High is the potter. So however he wants us to move, that's how we're going to move. So Lord willing, I'll be able to do more posting videos in the future. But for now, I'm going to say Shalom.